Ready to embark on an epic adventure? Well, this is the Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game, a cooperative card game for 1 to 4 players that takes you through J.R.R. Tolkien's epic story over the course of 18 chapters. Each chapter, players will play as classic characters from the Fellowship of the Ring and must work together to achieve goals to be able to advance to the next chapter. And watching this video will give you everything you need to get started. This is a trick-taking game, similar to classic card games like Hearts and Bridge, and here's how trick-taking works in this game. You'll see the cards have different suits like hills, mountains, forests, shadows, or rings. The first player will lead and play any card from their hand to the center of the table, so in this case, hills. The suit of this first card is the trick's lead suit. After playing the first card, the remaining players in clockwise order must then play a card to the table matching the lead suit if they're able to. If a player can't follow suit, so they have no hills in their hand, they may play any card from their hand. Once all players have played a card to the trick, you'll check to see who wins. The player with the highest card of the lead suit wins the trick. The winner then takes all of the cards face down into a pile in front of themselves, and the winner of the trick would then lead the next trick. Let's talk briefly about the ring suit. The ring suit is like the other 4 suits, except there are only 5 cards as opposed to the others having 8. And it has a few special rules associated with it. First and foremost, players cannot lead with a rings card until someone plays a rings card into another trick. This would occur when a player doesn't have the lead suit and played a rings card instead. Once someone plays a rings card, players can lead with rings in future tricks and flip over this token as an indication. The One of Rings is the most powerful single card in the game. It breaks the rules of trick-taking that I just explained. When a player plays the One of Rings, they may decide if they want to win the trick, and if they do, they will win the trick no matter what cards have been played or will be played during the trick. It doesn't matter, they're gonna win the trick. But they can decide to not automatically win the trick and treat it as a normal rings card. Now that you're familiar with trick-taking in this game, let's get set up and unfold Chapter 1 of our story. First, take the Chapter 1 card, A Long Expected Party, and put it and the character cards listed on the left page face up in the center of the table. Then, place a star token next to each token with an asterisk after their name on the chapter card. Shuffle the main deck cards and deal 1 card face up near the chapter card. This is called the lost card. Now just a note, if the lost card is the One of Rings, deal another card and shuffle the One of Rings back into the deck. Deal the rest of the main deck cards to the players according to the player count, and players can look at their cards but keep them secret from each other. The player dealt the One of Rings takes Frodo as their character from the center of the table and places it in front of them. Then, starting to Frodo's left, each player picks a character card. Characters with the star token must be chosen this round. For instance, this means Bilbo must be chosen, but not necessarily chosen first. He just has to be chosen by one of the players. After characters are chosen, starting with the player to Frodo's left, each player with a character that has a setup action indicated by this symbol performs that action. For instance, Pippin says they must exchange a card with Frodo, Sam, or Merry. On the right page of the chapter card will be the chapter's victory condition. Chapter 1 simply says finish all characters. Now what that means is each character has a goal that must be completed by the player who selected them during that round. For instance, Bilbo must win 3 or more tricks, and Gandalf must win 1. Once you've satisfied the condition for a character's goal, put a star token on your character card to remind other players that you've accomplished your goal. Now short just refers to completing all the goals of chosen characters you and your fellowship have played with. Later, there'll be chapters that mention long, where you have to play multiple rounds of one chapter and complete the goals for all characters listed in that chapter. I'm blurring it now to hide spoilers, but this is what it would look like. Once all players have played the cards in their hands, the round is finished. If everyone completed their character's goals this round, the players win and have completed the chapter. Set aside the chapter card and get the next chapter card from the box along with any other new cards required. If even one player failed to complete their character's goal, everyone loses. You may replay the chapter as much as you like to try and win. One special note on communication. Players can only discuss information visible to all players during setup and gameplay. They can't discuss or show the cards in their hands or any other player's hands. During setup, players should not discuss character preferences as they may reveal information, though you can remind each other of each character's goals and special rules or any other information. Subsequent chapters are similar to the first chapter. You start with a chapter card that will tell you all the cards you'll use, and you'll be introduced to new characters, looming threats, gifts and special events, and the ever-challenging victory conditions that your fellowship must follow. And don't worry, once you've finished your 18-chapter adventure, the rulebook explains how you can set up and enjoy the game endlessly. And with that, that's everything you need to know to get started. To pick up a copy of your own, check out your local Barnes & Noble to find the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game and their Game of the Month displays.